Today on the channel for the McFarlane Toys Batman Trilogy Bane Build-A-Figure Wave, we've got Joker and we've got Batman.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today on the channel from the Dark Knight Trilogy, we've got Batman and we've got the Joker. But for all your Batman and Joker needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code KYLE. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Of course, anything over $39 does ship free. And today we dabble in the Bane Build-A-Figure wave, as Bane is the Build-A-Figure here, and the figure I'm most excited about. I've always loved Bane back to when I was a little kid, when he first came on the scene in the comic books. Always kind of had that pro wrestler feel. Of course, Jeep Swenson, former professional wrestler, did play him in the movies at one time, if you guys remember that, from the 90s. But a very, very important Batman trilogy and a very, very important toy line here, as a lot of people have been wanting these from McFarlane Toys, and I guess the time is now. It'll be interesting to see if they do anything beyond this. I'm not exactly sure. Of course, we have Two-Face and Scarecrow to unbox, and we'll Build-A-Figure Bane. We will do that in a separate video, so make sure you do subscribe to this channel, and you'll see what all the fuss is about with the old Bane figure in the next video. But let's do this like we do all the other reviews on the channel. Let's take a look at the packaging. Let's talk about it. Let's unbox it. Let's talk about it. Let's see where it goes from there. And we're going to start off with Batman because, hey, why not? It is his movie, after all. But there's old Batman in the familiar McFarlane packaging here. You got Batman from the movie looking all good and all black, got a little gold action to him. You got the Bane Build-A-Figure pieces, and then, of course, you got the card in there as well. Pretty much your standard McFarlane Toys. There's the Trilogy logo for the Dark Knight, of course, side, and then the back. You got Bane doing his thing on the back. The back's pretty universal on these, as we do know. 22 points articulation on these guys, and I better cut the tape on them as well. It's always a smart move to do, so you can get them out a little bit easier. There it is. Let's see what's going on with the old Batman here. Of course, do get the card. That. See you later. Goodbye. Of course, do get the card, and you do get the stand, and I always love a stand. You guys know that with my action figures. Bam! See you later off the screen. There it goes. Of course, got the stand. We've seen these a million times. Don't need to talk about those anymore. And there it goes. See you later. Goodbye. And then let's start with the card here. Batman, the Dark Knight Trilogy. You got Batman looking only like a Batman could look if he was in the Dark Knight Trilogy on the front of the card here. Real name, of course, Bruce Wayne. As a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. He's a master detective and an expert martial artist, but his greatest weapon is his mind. Oh, there you go. Batman has a plan for every occasion, as well as high-tech weapons, gadgets, and vehicles to assist him in his relentless pursuit of justice. Now, after 10 years in retirement, Batman returns. Batman returns. There you go. And he returns for the plastic prison as well. Gonna get the old hardest-working scissors in the game out. Gonna free this Batman from the package, see what's going on. And we're gonna see what all the fuss is about, as we usually do here. We got some big old Bane legs going on. We got the, I was gonna say the Batman's gun, but it's more of like a grappling hook. And we got batarangs in here, and these things are locked in with some serious tape. It's like some Gorilla Tape going on in here. They don't want these batarangs going out for anybody. I get it, McFarlane. I see what you're doing here. You don't want these slipping out loose, but the bad thing is, oh no, they don't have any stickiness to them. A lot of times when they heavily tape things down like this, we've seen it in a lot of action figure lines, and I guess as the years go by and this sits in the package, I could see it being more of an issue, but that tape really leaves a permanent sticky residue on these, and you gotta really scrub and scrub and scrub again to get those off if you want it off, that is. All right, let's get Batman out of the package here. Maybe we will. There we go. Slowly but surely. Oh, there it is. And up high. See you later. Goodbye. Twist tie off to the side. Twist tie off the side. I've gotten smart and put a little garbage here right to the side so I can just bam, bam, go over to the side there. It's the way to do things. Strongly recommended. All right, we got Batman all straightened out here. And there it is. And we do got two Bane Build-A-Figure pieces. Like I said, in the Two-Face Scarecrow unboxing at the very end of that video, we will build Bane, so stay tuned for that. And then we got the batarangs. We got 3 of them here. Of course, all in gold here. Looks like an old Batman logo. I guess it's a good enough weapon, I guess we'll call it that. Then you got his, like, what is this, a grappling gun, so he can climb up buildings, things like that, all in gold, does match the Batman things. Good sculpt on this, just not a big fan of all one color, even if it is supposed to be one color. An extra color just brings it home a little bit more for me, but looks good, looks fair, looks fine, no issues with that. But how about the Batman figure here? Now, I'd be interested to hear your guys' take. As far as the pantheon of Batmans over the years, what is your favorite Batman look? Was it this Batman Trilogy look? I don't know. I wasn't a huge Batman Trilogy for whatever reason. The Christian Bale Batman, I watched all the movies. I watched them all once, and I think I watched another one twice maybe. But they didn't set my world on fire. They didn't change my life like they did for some people. I mean, it was worth the watch for sure. I know some people just swear by them, absolutely love them. And I think it comes, where did you come into Batman? There's a lot of people, Michael Keaton is their Batman. That's kind of the generation. I was like 8 or 9 years old when that Batman movie came out, so I understand that. But once again, that didn't change my life either. So I don't know. George Clooney definitely didn't change my life. When I think Batman, for whatever reason, I go back to the Kenner Superpowers toy line. I go to the Justice League cartoons of the early 80s. When I think Batman, it's primarily that and Batman 66. But I think it just all depends where you came into Batman. And you're kind of spoiled by that, and it's hard to get off of that. Maybe that's just me. As far as dark Batman costumes, the Michael Keaton suit, that's what I think of when I think of darker Batman. But when I think of the old Adam West one, that's kind of what I primarily think of. But this does look good, though. I gotta say, long way to get there, but this looks really good. This looks like Batman, of course, and he looks all armored up. It looks like a real Batman, where Adam West Batman, I mean, it just was very campy. The cartoon, very campy. This Batman feels like a real tactician, a guy that would be tactical. He's got protection plates all over him stuff. It's like if a real guy really tried to be Batman. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what it looks like to me. And it looks good. He's got that very stoic Batman face here, which doesn't work for a lot of figures, but works for this one. Of course, you got the bat ears at the top there, the old horns at the top, looking really, really good. Black mask, very tight on the face. Of course, it isn't removable or anything like that, but does look really good. And then the armor throughout. You got he looks like he's ready to fight. He looks like he's ready for protection. Of course, you got the big cape in the back. It is not soft goods. We don't see a lot of soft goods. Actually, I don't think we see any soft goods from McFarlane, at least off the top of my head real quick. But it is pliable. It is movable. You can move it around. It does have a good weight to it. Not too heavy, about the perfect amount, I would say. The gold belt really breaks up the sculpt on this one, and you need something like that because it's just so black and so dark that gold really helps things. Would have loved a spot to store some of this stuff, but there's no room on this utility belt. It is very full. Of course, you got kind of the Batman logo in the middle there. Got the sculpted in abs, all that kind of stuff. Of course, articulation, head up and down, side to side, plenty of head movement. All the head movement you would need with Batman here. I like that he looks up. He's got a good look up there. Of course, the arms go all the way around. Got a bicep cut, no limitations with the shoulder pad. Double jointed elbows here. Of course, they are pinned in. Hands back and forth, side to side. You got the hula hoop at the top, and then you got a traditional waist in the bottom, so plenty of articulation right there. He can do those big old Batman splits if he needs to jump over a car or something like that. You got a nice ratchet noise even. You can even hear that. I always like that. Always appreciate that. Double jointed knees, of course, ankles back and forth, side to side. Then you got that patented Todd McFarlane toe articulation that we all love so much. Looking really, really good there. Now, he does got one fist of fury. He is Batman after all. And then you got one gripping hand. Would have loved to see some interchangeable hands with this one. As much as I love Fist of Fury Batman, you got to be able to hold at least both these weapons at the same time to me. So I would have liked two open hands, two fisted hands, I think would have been the way to go with this one. His grappling gun or whatever you want to call it, very tight fit into the hand, but it'll go in there. And he can go right off there and zoom right up a building if he needs to. So there it is. There's old Batman looking really good. I don't know if he's the star of this show, as we've had so many Batmans, of course. But I think a lot of people are getting this wave for the Bane Build-A-Figure like me. And the Joker primarily. And sure, I'm sure some people want the Scarecrow and the Two-Face. But the Joker, I really do feel, is the main event along with Bane for this series. So the old Joker, very cool looking here. Of course, Heath Ledger's Joker, to a whole segment of the world that is their Joker, and I understand that it was a very, very good portrayal of Joker. Was it better than Cesar Romero? I'm not exactly sure. Anybody that can paint over their mustache gets an A in my book, but an interesting take on the Joker for sure. I guess I would put it above Jack Nicholson's one. Say what you want about Jack Nicholson. I think his best movie was Working with the Monkeys in Head back in the day. Now that's a movie. Check that one out. But that was a little bit, I don't know. It just didn't work for me as much as it did other people. I like a darker take on the Joker, and I think a lot of people probably share that sentiment, but looking really good there in the package. That stack of money is a game changer right there. Can't wait to dive into that one. The Joker, Dark Knight Returns, Joker on the side, and then I believe that's the exact same back we got before. Shows how to build the Bane Build-A-Figure, all that kind of fun stuff. So without further ado, let's get the old Joker out. The joke's on me. Some might say I started a joke. The Bee Gees might have said that once upon a time. See you later. And Faith No More may have covered that once upon a time and really made that one famous, if you ask me. I'm a bigger Faith No More fan than Bee Gees, but the Bee Gees got some hits. See you later. The Nights on Broadway. See you later. How about that? DC Stand, of course, got to have that. Joker card. Oh, we're playing the Joker. Let's see what it says about the old Joker. Real name unknown. No name strikes terror in the hearts of Gotham City citizens. Quite like the Joker. In a city overrun with larger-than-life criminals, the always laughing villain stands alone. A complete psychopath with no moral compass whatsoever. The Joker, whose real name and identity remains completely unknown, is characterized by his chalk-white skin, green hair, and permanent rictus grin stretched across his face. But there isn't a single thing funny about this particular clown, who only finds humor in the suffering of others. Oh, dark times, dark times. That's what that is. And we got the Joker. There he is. He's going to have the last laugh. We got plenty of Bane pieces with him as well. Cut him out. See you later. There that goes. And we got one up front. Can I get in there? There it is. And there it is. Look at that. How about it? Get the stack of money out. There we go. And then we got Bane. Bane gets all the hands, apparently. I talked about Batman needing more hands. Well, Bane's got all the hands. And he's got all the tape, too, apparently. He's got tape for days. But get that out of there. Get Bane's head out. We need that one. And there it goes. See you later. Goodbye. And we've got Bane accessories. And it's all the Bane hands. So we get all the hands and we get the head here. Weird thing about this Bane, I don't know if it's necessarily weird, but when I think of Bane, and maybe you guys have the same sentiment, you think of Bane, it's a monster. He's a monster, big, jacked up dude, almost like the Incredible Hulk. Not quite as big, but a really big, beefy dude. Where this movie is more of a natural, just a jacked up human, basically. So it takes me a little bit out of it, but I still like the portrayal of Bane here. So we do have those, all those pieces off to the side. Now the main event accessory right here, and this very well could be the accessory of the year in any toy line. This is something we've needed for a long time. You get your Scrooge McDuck figure out, you put him with this. Just very, very cool. These stacks of money here. Fits in because everybody's about the money, and nobody's more about the money than old Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. You could stick him here next to his piles of money. Great for toy photographers to use this accessory piece in many different toy lines. Just a very, very good idea. I really do like this a whole lot. Very, very cool. Nice stacks of money. There's no pictures of what the money is or anything like that, but we all get the idea. You see this, you know what it is. It also doubles as a stand for the Joker. So interesting, he got two stands here. I guess theoretically this could be Joker's stand, and this could be Bane's stand. So I guess that's another way to go about it, and that might be what they were trying to do there. But very, very cool. Kind of like a throne of money almost. I really do like that. Now we turn our attention over to the Joker, and it is a little bit sad. Of course, we know about McFarlane Toys and Warner Brothers not allowing them to give real weapons with their characters. So the Joker doesn't have any weapons. Not a crowbar, not a knife, nothing like that. I'm going to have to go to those McFarlane accessory packs that we've got. I'm going to have to try to find a gun for the Joker. I just feel like the Joker needs some kind of a handgun of some kind. Maybe that's just me. But the Joker here looking very, very Joker-like. I think if you handed this to a lot of people, they would know exactly who this is. Even if they're not familiar with the movie, they'd say, oh, that purple color, the clown face paint, things like that, it is the Joker. But a beautiful head sculpt on this one. Of course, you got a little bit of the Glasgow smile going on. Got some of that paint there. A dirty clown makeup. It's like a clown's been sweating out in the sun. You got the eyes going on. Just a very, very dark, sinister look. Very stoic looking, but very dark looking, of course, with the face paint and stuff. And I love the green hair that's all kind of crazy and wild. Like you could care less about the hair. Makes it even more like a maniac is what he looks like here. Of course, Joker is dressed to the nines, though. He does look really good. He's got the three-piece suit kind of going on. He's got the tie under there. The tie is all nicely tied and everything else. Got the big purple overcoat jacket looking really nice. And then you got the big chain. I don't know if that's a wallet chain on the side. Is he rocking the wallet chain? He could be. And then he's got some very dapper brown shoes as well. Articulation can be the same as Batman. Arms go around. You got a bicep cut. Single, no, double jointed elbows there. Of course, they are pinned, but man, very tight. Very tight. Hands back and forth. You got a trigger finger here, just no gun for him. And then you got Fist of Fury here, very similar to Batman had. Of course, head back and forth, side to side. Plenty of movement for the head, I think. Waist articulation, nothing up high that I can see. No, nothing. And very interesting, it's very hollow in the middle here. You can even push in. It's like a diaper feeling. Very interesting, the hollowness there. You can do big old splits, even bigger splits than Batman could. So who's the gymnast now, Batman? Then you got the double jointed knees, and then you got the ankles back and forth, up and down, side to side. A little bit limited by that pants leg, but you do get the McFarlane toe articulation that is much needed, as we do know. Looking good here. This is what I'm looking for a Joker from this trilogy. I think they did a really good job. We understand the complications of not being able to have a weapon. We can work around that a little bit. We have to. We have no choice if we want to. And of course, he's going to fit on this stand, as we do know. Not too shabby, not too shabby here. I can see this, and it's already been known. This is a very hot figure. A lot of people looking for this Joker. Sold out in many places. Give it a little bit of time, as these will be out all over the place eventually. There's a lot of money to be made off of this, so you know they're going to make a lot of these to support this. It's just the way it's going to go. And if I can get him to stand straight, yeah, that'll work for now. That'll work for now, but there he is next to the Batman there. Looking really good. I think there's, like I said, a lot of people going to be wanting to dive into this line. A lot of people that maybe don't even collect figures on a regular basis might want representation from this movie in their collection, and that makes a lot of sense here. So, two really good figures, two strongly recommended figures right here in the Joker and the Batman. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picking these two up? You playing the long game? You passing? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. You might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day, and then some. And for your chance to watch videos like this much earlier than traditional YouTube, head on over to the Patreon channel for early access to videos, bonus videos, Q&A videos, you name it. There's a lot going on over at the old Patreon channel. And best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Batman and the Joker, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.